Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 2 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 2 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter subtraction 3 digits. The lessons we're going to cover today are subtract multiples of 100, subtract 3-digit numbers, subtraction word problems up to 3 digits, complete a subtraction sentence up to 3 digits. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I'm on grade 2 math. Chapter we're on right now is subtraction 3 digits. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is subtract multiples of 100. Subtract 900 minus 800. So start subtracting from one's digit. That is 0 minus 0 is 0. Then we need to subtract the tens digit. 0 minus 0 is 0. And then we have to subtract 9 minus 8 is 1. The correct option is 900 minus 800 equals 100. So the correct option is 100. Let's just start with the test questions. Nine hundred minus 800. So the correct option is 100. Option number 2 is the correct option. 800 minus 100. So let's just write them down one above the other and subtract. 0 take away 0 is 0, 0 take away 0 is 0. 8 minus 1 is 7. So the correct option is 700. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 700. 600 minus 200, which is the correct option? That would be 400. Option number 3 is the correct option. Six hundred minus 500 equals, that is 100. Option number 1 is the correct option. Nine hundred minus 600. So which is the correct option? That would be 300. Option number 3 is the correct option. Eight hundred minus 400, which is the correct option? That is 800 minus 400 equals 400. Option 2 is the correct option. Seven hundred minus 400 equals, that is 7 minus 4 is 3. So 300 it is. Option number 3 is the correct option. 800 minus 200 equals 800 minus 200 equals yes, 600 it is. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself. The next lesson is subtract three-digit numbers. So let's just start with the lesson. Subtract 578 minus 3. So let's just write them down one above the other. 578 minus 3. So 8 take away 3. Start with 3, count up to 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 minus 3 is 5. Now bring 7 down and 5. That is 577. Let's just start with the test questions. 110 minus 0. 110 minus 0. Subtracting any number from 0 means the number stays the same. So 110 minus 0 is 110. Option number 1 is the correct option. 650 minus 1. Let's just write them down one above the other. That is 650 minus 1. 0 minus 1, we cannot subtract 0 out of 1. So we need to borrow 1. 4, the borrow makes 4 here and the borrow makes it 10. 10 minus 1 is 9. Bring 4 down and 6. So that is 649. Option number 1 is the correct option, that is 649. 625 minus 2. 625 minus 2. So 5 take away 2 is 3. That is 623. Option number 3 is the correct option, that is 623. Two hundred 285 minus 0 is, that is 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. $578 minus 3, which is the correct option. Very good. That is 575. Option number 1 is the correct option. $161 minus 5. Okay, let's just subtract 161 minus 5. So 1, we cannot subtract 1 out of 5, right? So we need to borrow 1. So here we have 5 and that 1 makes 11. 11 take away 5 is 6. Bring 5 down and 1, that makes 156. So the correct option is 156. Option number 2 is the correct option. $200 minus 5, which is the correct option. 195, it is option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is subtraction word problems up to 3 digits. Let's just start with the test questions. Kira runs her own baking company. This morning, Kira's workers baked 47 blackberry pies. They also baked some more after lunch. In total, they baked 304 blackberry pies. How many blackberry pies did the Kira's worker bake after lunch? So they baked 300 blackberry pies in total. Before lunch, they make 47. You need to count how many they baked after lunch, so you need to subtract. You cannot subtract 4 from 7. So you cannot take borrow from 0. So you need to make 2 here, then 10 here. Then you can borrow 1 from here, that makes 9, and the borrow makes it 14. 14 take away 7 is 7. 9 take away 4 is 5, and bring 2 down, that makes 257. Option number 3 is the correct option, that is 257. The Greenville bakery had 788 bags of sugar. Then an employee used 51 bags of sugar to make some cookies. How many sugar is left? You have to do 788 minus 8 minus 1 is 7. 8 minus 5 is 3 and 7. That makes 737. Option number 3 is the correct option. Got it? Option number 3 is the correct option. That is 737. Mr. Joseph donated 38 picture books to the library. Now the library has a total of 535 picture books. How many picture books did the library have before the donation? So after donating 38, now they have 535. So subtract 38, we need to Borrow 1, that makes 15. 15 take away 8 is 7. Here you have 4 and borrow 1. 12 take away 3 is 9 and 4. That is 497. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 497. Gary and Boone jumped on the couch a combined total of 471 times. Then the couch broke and they both got in big trouble. If Gary jumped on the couch 21 times, how many times did Boone jumped on total? So 471 times they did total. 21 times Gary did. So 1 minus 1 is 0, 7 minus 2 is 5 and 4. So he did 450 times. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 450. In art class, students are making a giant paper chain to decorate the classroom for the holidays. There are a total of 240 links in their chain. 68 of the links are made from red paper and the rest are green. How many of the links are green? 240 minus 68. So we need to borrow one, that makes 10 here. 10 minus 8 is 2. Again, we cannot subtract 3 out of 6, so we need to borrow 1. The borrow makes 13. 13 take away 6 is 7. That is 172. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 172. Hannah runs her own baking company. This morning, Hannah's worker baked 83 key lime pies. They also baked some more after lunch. In total, they baked 296 key lime pies. How many key lime pies did Hannah worker bake after lunch? So 296 minus 83 equals 6 take away 3 is 3. 9 take away 8 is 1. That is 213. Option number 3 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is, complete the subtraction sentences up to 3 digits. Fill in the missing number. What number minus 6 equals 296? So we need to find the number that when 6 subtracted from makes 296, right? So we need to add 6 both sides because we need to find the missing number. So let's just add 6 both sides. So 6 minus 6 makes 0 and 296 plus 6 makes 302. The correct option is 302. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Fill in the missing number 202 minus the missing number. So we are given the options. We can use the options also. Let's just check with the first one. 202 minus 7. So we need to borrow 1, but here we have 0, so we can borrow 1 from here. The borrow makes 10 here. Now we can borrow 1 from here. So 9. Here we have 17. Sorry. To 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. 9 minus 0 is 9 and 1. That makes 195. That means option number 1 is the correct option. If we subtract 7 from 202, we are left with 195. So option number 1 is the correct option. Fill in the missing number. So when we have the greater number missing, that is very easy to find the greater number, like missing number minus 2 equals 553, right? So you can add 2 both sides because opposite to subtraction is addition. So just add 2 both sides. So 2 minus 2 is 0. So 553 plus 2 is 555. Option number 2 is the correct option. That makes 555. Option 2 is the correct option. Fill in the missing number. 933 minus the missing number is 925. Now the smaller number is missing, right? We always subtract a smaller number out of the greater one. So 933 is the greater number we are given. So 933 minus 8 is 925. The correct option is 8. Option number 3 is the correct option. That is 8. Fill in the missing number. The missing number minus 4 equals 712. Missing number minus 4 plus 4 equals 712 plus 4. So 4 minus 4 is 0. 4 plus 2 is 6. That is 716. That is 716. Option number 1 is the correct option. Fill in the missing number. The missing number minus 6 equals 296. So which is the correct option? That is 200 and sorry 302. Option number 1 is the option number 2 is the correct option. Fill in the missing number. So which number is missing? That is 506 minus 2 equals 504. Option number 3 is the correct option. It would be 2. Fill in the missing number. 584 minus what number equals 584? That is 0. 584 minus 0 equals 584. Option number 1 is the correct option. Fill in the missing number. What number minus 9 is 237? So you need to add 9 both sides, right? That makes 246. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 2 math. Chapter we were working on is subtraction 3 digits. The lessons we have covered today are subtract multiples of 100, subtract 3-digit numbers, subtraction word problems up to 3 digits, complete the subtraction sentence up to 3 digits. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat. Buttons are available there to help you, or either you can write them down in the chat box. I'm here to all your questions and confusions if you have any. So any questions you can please ask if you have any. Any questions?